Empowerment Through Knowledge and Sarina Stone present the Tequila Drinker's Guide to Health and Wellness radio show with your host, medical QiGong author, practitioner, and educator, Sarina Stone, featuring the director of the Universal Healing Tao Medical QiGong System, Master Mantak Chia.
Okay, we are back here at beautiful Tao Garden, and thank you for joining us today, you guys. We're honored to be with Grandmaster Mantak Chia in his beautiful home here in northern Thailand. I want to encourage everybody, go online and look up Tao Garden Thailand, and you're going to see paradise. So today we're going to be speaking with Grandmaster Chia about something a little less esoteric, but you know, he usually gets pretty deep. I've had a number of emails asking, you know, how can I study when I have a job? I travel. I just don't have time to go to Thailand, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to invite Master Chia to weigh in and talk to us about changes that we can make in our life, things that we can do while traveling or working, so that you can be in touch with yourself, be in touch with Tao practice. And I can tell you from personal experience, once you get in the flow of energy and get in touch with the Tao, you will find your way to Master Chia's class or one of his certified educators, and everything's going to be fine. But let's start at the beginning, and first let's say hello to Master Chia.
Hello, hi.
Hello, thank you for inviting us into your home here at Tao Garden. And as I was just saying, Master Chia, some of your students, well, some of your future students would very much like to get into Tao practice. They want to be healthy, but their story is that they just don't have time. And by the way, some of them say they don't have money. So what do you have to say about that?
Money is just what we call by another energy, okay? And when people learn how to, what we call by focus, and learn how to gather the energy, and they can multiply the energy or increasing the energy. So for my own personal thing, I travel a lot because I'm doing the world tour about twice a year, okay? And teaching also. So one thing that people always never think, because human is just like we call a battery, and the same thing like our mobile telephone. Especially when you're traveling, the most important thing, how can I keep my battery not drain out, or I don't run out of battery? And that is the key. So a lot of people, when they travel and they run out of energy, they get sick, they're exhausted, they stress out. So that's why the first step in the Tao, you have to learn very simple. The whole body of the human cells, we call like bio battery cells, okay? Now, and the Taoism in the beginning, we always talk about the Dantian actually is the absorption, a digestion and absorption, and this is the battery, okay?
Okay.
So now, in the olden time, many thousand years, the Tao said Dantian, that means the digestion, absorption, can this area can store energy, can charge energy, and can transform energy, okay? Now the West also come out into the physical way. We also know that this place is where you take the raw food, raw material, crank them into a very small nano state, and the small intestine absorb them, and it brings to the cells, and it's together with the oxygen, and we call original force, the spark plug. So like the gasoline, the air, the oxygen come in, they combust and they burn to be energy, and now we have energy, okay? So now the whole key is that how after you have energy, how can you store the energy, or how can you maintain this energy with you, and you have more charge. For example, people sometimes the energy is too low, and when they sleep at night, they cannot sleep well, and they dream and they move, and when they get up, they actually only charge not even 10% of the whole battery.
Well, this must be why people are asking about this, because they feel exhausted.
Because the number one, a simple thing, you have to learn how to be simple. Focus your energy in the abdominal. And the Tao always say very simple, you touch the navel, and behind the navel, a little bit low, so behind the navel, way to the back, and if you behind the navel, way to the back, we call the door of life, opposite the navel, between the lumbar 2 and lumbar 3. Okay, so if you take, if you look at a spinal cord, from the coccyx and sacrum up, you have the 5th lumbar, you have the 4th lumbar, you have the 3rd lumbar, and between the 3rd and the 2nd lumbar area is the we call the door of life. Now, interesting that the West discovered that if people, so that when you sit, you're rocking back and forth, that is the door of life. So sometimes in a Tao we say you have to. They call the door mean it can be shut and can be open. And oftentimes people sitting like this to curve. Now you are shutting the door. So what the door for? Nothing. So the door has to be able to open. So if you sit, rock back a little bit, and you go. So that's why this happened to our natural breathing. Our sacrum move, our lumbar also tilt and move. So the door of life are open and closed. And now the West discovered that this area, if people are sit and compress too long, now you have less stem cell production, because they discovered this is the area that affecting the bone and bone marrow to producing the stem cell. Okay.
Oh boy.
So now so that is the door of life. Now from the door of life in the front, and you making a circle about 5 or 6 centimeter down. So you make that make that navel center, and you make it more like this, a circle more down. So now in this area we call a lower Dantian.
Okay, so wait, that's in the front, and door of life is spine in the back.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And now in this area, so now we know that the door of life actually in a physical part, that is the digestion center. The fire of door of life is for digestion. So when people are so pain and this area no energy, in the Tao we believe that the digestion fire is not there. So the food in the stomach will not digest well. So we call digestion have problem. Okay? When the digestion problem, you have no resupply. If you want, when we go out to do business, go out to travel, we are going into doing business. And now we know that all the business we call business is war. Okay? Because each company are fighting each other. So either I put you down, or make you bankruptcy, or make you gone.
That doesn't sound like a very nice way to run a business.
But that is how the business is war, is fighting.
Yeah, war, okay, of course.
War. But the war that the business is never end. Before that we have First World War, Second World War, they're gonna end. But this kind of business war, you never end. So when you into the war, the first step is your resupply. You have enough resupply to fight your war now. That is the key. So now the digestion, now below the navel in this area, we call the absorption area. The absorption area, it absorbs the energy. Absorb and feed into the cells. Yeah. So that is why we call. So now if the Dantian not good, not enough fire, now a resupply gone.
Okay, so these are we're talk. What I'm hearing here is that some of the reasons that people lose energy when they travel, lose energy if they work too much, is that they don't understand how to create their own food, their own resupply.
Yes,
and stay
and
healthy.
now, but the whole key, another function of this abdominal of the dantian area, it can store energy. So the whole key, the end of all the food and everything, is the energy. And how can you get a good recharging energy? Is the sleeping. And how can you get a good sleeping? Is the involved with the what we call, but you have to do some exercise in the Tao. So if you learn a Tai Chi or QiGong, so Tai Chi take very little space. QiGong you can standing right in the toilet and you can do it. It takes not very little space. But the whole key about all the QiGong and all this Tai Chi is internal work. So that's why all the Tao very emphasize, because when we sit, when we work, and we eat, we just eat and sit, all the food are sucking down and press on the digestion, absorption, and no move. No move, the digestion don't move, the absorption don't move, nothing move. Now you don't have resupply. So that's why the simple way we have abdominal breathing, and we have the reverse breathing, and we have the organ exercise, and we have the sound practice. You have to make sure this digestion, absorption, elimination work. You see, elimination, we have number one elimination is the lungs. Number two elimination is the kidney. Number three elimination is the last intestine.
Okay.
So if we don't get the elimination work well, toxic. So if we don't move bowel movement, we maybe can go on for 3 or 4 days or 5 days. But if the kidney don't do the filter, we die. And
right.
Now that's why people have to have kidney dialysis. So the people that serious, they have to go on every 2 days. And that's why they can be life-threatening.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if we don't breathe, we die in a few minutes. And that is the lung and the toxic. You see? So that's why in the Tao, where they emphasize more in the internal work of the organs. So you have all the digestion, absorption, and elimination. Now, all these things is controlled by the mind. And the mind is just like a president. Okay? They focus. The mind like president, and we have the heart like the commander-in-chief, and we have the general and all these things. It's just like when the president is so distracted, so scattering all over, he cannot do work. No. And that's why when the mind, so that's why in the Tao, like I like the Tao because I train all kind of other practice before. Many practice like want you to be focused and empty the mind, but the whole Tao practice is we call energy moving meditation. Okay, so how we call energy moving? Well, we need energy, and the Dantian can store energy, can charge energy. So I charge them. When I charge them, when I have enough energy, I can move the energy in orbit, and now it's increasing more energy for me. So we call microcosmic orbit. But the whole key is when I travel, I always do that. You cannot do anything is when the airplane take off and land it. They want you to shut down everything.
Yeah.
So the only one where I just close the eyes and just focus in the Dantian, and sometimes I just want to relax, I spin the energy backward. If I want more energy, I spin the energy forward.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So when I spin the energy backward, I feel warm, I feel energy, and now I'm charging. So I always check my battery. Because I always check my battery. Because sometimes when you focus and smile, oh my God, my battery are empty. And that's why, I always want to look at my mobile telephone, and they show me how many percentage of my battery left. So because now we are using so much battery, and you have to look, oh my God, I only left 20%. Now we have to charge them. You have to stop everything and try to charge your battery. Okay, but now people, they don't know. People, they don't know that their battery are run out, and the only one way they can do is they're getting sick.
Yeah.
That means your battery, when the battery down, the defense system drop immediately.
Well, in America, if our battery is down, we just drink coffee. We drink coffee.
Yeah, and people, and the whole key is that the whole key is that the people, when the energy down and they need to finish the work, so they have to use some kind of, we call a poison.
Oh yeah.
A minor poison.
Yep.
And the minor poison is they pick you, so we know they pick you up. Okay, how it works? Very simple. The body have a defense mechanical we call a warning system.
Okay.
Okay, we call somebody attack you. We call intruder. Now the body very emphasize like a poison coming in, that's going to be killing you or hurting you. Okay, so the body will sound alert, and that is come from adrenaline. So that's why two sickness now we don't know what to do with it. We call a chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline gland fatigue syndrome, because we fool the body by putting some poison in, and adrenaline gland sound alert. Now the heart active very fast. Now the heart beat faster, the lung have to breathe faster, the brain activate, and people think that they're smart. Actually no, because you're in a survival mode. You are in a survival mode, the brain activate, and now liver have to give extra energy, we call glucose, turn to glucose to make the cell active. And now we need more extra energy than normal. Okay?
Yep.
When normal. Now where you gonna get the energy? In the first priority is the kidney store extra energy for emergency. So in olden time, our ancestors, when they see a dinosaur so big, it's, oh my God, this guy's so big. What am I going to do? I better run. So now the adrenaline gland gives you extra push. We call adrenaline.
So you can run.
Adrenaline gives you extra energy. You run faster than normal many times. So you outrun the dinosaurs and we survive. And you see a small hole, you run right into a small hole. Now the dinosaur cannot get you. Now you survive. So that is all that we call fight and flight response. But now we don't have dinosaurs running on the street. We don't have tiger and lion walking on the street. Now we have this kind of energy there. So now we discover something. I can fool the body every time. Sometimes 10 times a day. It's like you crying wolf. How long can you crying the same wolf and people believe you? You see? So now you fool the body by smoking, by the coffee, or by many other things. Now this thing is a minor poison. We know nicotine, caffeine, and many drugs.
Alcohol.
And all these things is called a minor poison. One thing good about this, one thing bad about this is what? They don't kill you right away. They don't kill you?
No, not right away.
Right away, but they will kill.
Right.
Sooner or later they will kill. Okay? So that's why this one, when it stimulates, you have, oh, I have more energy. Oh, they don't know where you get the energy. You know where that you're gonna step you suddenly your car running slow, and suddenly you step the gas very fast. You run very fast. You're gonna pay for that because you're gonna run out of gasoline very soon.
Yeah.
Okay. And like when in a cold winter you have the fire burning, and you say, oh, it's just nicely okay, nice, warm, little bit, it's okay. No, I want very hot. So what they do? They get a gasoline, pour in the wood, and burns very fast. Now it's so hot, and you take all your clothes away, and it's so hot, you sweat. But after that, all the fire supposed to burn for 10 hours. Now you're going to burn for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And you finish. Now you have to put the clothes and you freeze, and you can put more clothes. It's still freezing because it's gone. All that. People don't think about that.
They don't understand.
Because they don't think, I have a lot of energy, I need to finish the work. Whoever can give me extra energy, that is okay, you know. So,
well, and if we're traveling or we have a job, you know, and this roller coaster up and down,
all they do is just touch the navel and focus it until you feel warm. You are started to navel warm, rub it, and the kidney warm, the door of life warm. Now you are charging your dantian.
Well, and the truth is, listeners, I'm going to let Master Chia go now. We got really excited about that subject. The truth is that a lot of us that live in the city, we are looking for a pill. We're looking for something. We want some, you know, Grandmaster Chia say, here, just go do this, and then you'll have energy when you travel. But that's not really how it works. You need to come and train just for a little bit, not forever. Just learn some techniques, take some time, and make it be about yourself. You'll save money in the end by not having to go to the hospital. Come and train QiGong, either with Master Chia or with one of your local teachers. Learn techniques and then practice and cultivate. And you too will be able to travel and work a lot and maintain the battery that your body was born with naturally. All that Master Chia really offers us is instruction on how to use what our body already produces and has access to. So on that note, I invite everybody, come on out to Dao Garden or go on the internet and look where Master Chia is teaching in your country or your city and learn. That's really the way to maintain vital energy and extend longevity. So Master Chia, thank you so much for joining us today. And listeners, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you for joining us on another Empowerment Through Knowledge adventure. Want to learn more? Find Master Chia at mantakchia.com. That's mantakchia.com. Find more medical Qigong lessons, books, and information about studying directly with Sarina at sarinastone.com. SarinASTONE.com. Thanks for listening. If you like what you learned, subscribe today.